I was going to say, our capacity is not 48. Let me run this for a tick here so that it properly processes our capacity. There we go. Still waiting for the water to flow in. Just going to let it run for just long enough. Okay, there we go. So, welcome to the live stream prison. We started this 2 weeks ago. Of course, last week was Ludum Dare, but the week before that, we were doing Prison Architect and asked people on Twitter what they wanted, and it was completely unanimous. All right, maybe it's unanimous. That they wanted some Prison Architect, which suits me just fine. I want to see where this prison will go. So we've got sort of our admittance area over here, our reception, our visitation, our parole room, for example. We've got a bit of an airlock system here with a couple of different sets of gates. Hey, Kablab! Thanks for the sub! Then we've got cell block A, B, and C over here. Along with, they've got a couple of canteens over here, which is probably more than we need, but, you know, may as well have too much than too little, of course. We've got the... Whoa! There comes the first tip of the day, the first donation of the day. Montyfist, first time in one of your games, gonna check if I'm still alive. Yeah, we'll be doing a run through some of that in a moment here. I don't remember, there's like, is there a whole prisoner list? I can't just search by name, though. Plus, it doesn't have the nickname, so I actually don't know how to find you in here, unfortunately. We'll have to come back on that. So it's canteen, common room, laundry, infirmary, staff room, plus some storage over here. We've got our cleaning cupboard, our chapel, a classroom here, so we can educate our prisoners. I don't know what class is going on right now. I guess we could probably check in the program, so it'll tell us which one's running. It says active. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a workshop safety course running right now, kitchen and safety, and then there we go. Foundation education program is what's running currently. Lots of people are interested. 25 people finished, although only 2 of them passed, which might be a sign that I'm not running something quite correctly over here. I think at one point, some people had suggested something like, okay, if the foundation education course is 3 hours, what you should make sure to do under your regime is make sure that the work schedule, because they go to these courses during the work hours, but start it like in the last 3 hours, not the first 3. So what if we do something like that? I'll get back to the prison in a second, but just while I'm thinking of this. So if we edit the schedule, and we take our foundation education, and yeah, just scooch it down, move the guard. No. You go there. Stop. Okay, there we go. You go there. And you go there. So we move it in the final 3 hours of their class session. It might allow them... Some people say the problem might be they can't get to their class quick enough, and so they're missing the first 30 minutes or so, and doing something like that may eliminate that problem, for example. We'll do a similar thing with the spiritual guidance, for example. We'll move it into the middle of the block, like that. It may not make a difference. I don't know. I mean, they might just be getting... They might be getting, what's the word when you get the heavy guards? And you sort of get just shut down. There could be something like that. Oh, I got to do a quick edit of the scene here because, oh no, we're good. Suppressed. Suppressed is the word I'm thinking of. Hey, Zombie Roger, thanks for the sub. Brand new sub over there. Thank you very much. All right, rest of the tour of the prison. Okay, so this is the sort of normal security-ish area. It's actually the general security kind of prison over here. And then over here, we've got our first high security. It's not Supermax, just high security prison going over here. And it's not that we have any special extra defenses. We're just trying to isolate the more dangerous prisoners. And what I said was the next step we're going to do is build sort of a low security prison. Deco Dilo, thanks for the sub. But also the protected class, right? Because what you can do is you can take a prisoner like this guy here and bring him all the way down to protective custody, which we're probably going to have to start doing because we've had a couple of deaths, and mostly... I have a confidential informant, but I don't actually know how it works. Activate? I guess I can run him for a while, and then when suspicion gets too low, I can deactivate him. That might make sense. Anyway. But mostly, see, some people are... That's my confidential informant. Some people were like ex-cops or snitches, and those are people who are very, very vulnerable to being killed or beat up by the prisoners. So we're going to set up something like that. Right now we don't have too many. We have one snitch, and that's all. Although our informant might be able to find something for us. So yeah, higher security. So we're going to build a new block over there. We've got a decent amount of cash. Cash flow is fantastic. We're making huge bank, and that's not even including the fact that we do export some goods. We made $1,000 on the previous day, selling our license plates and beds and things like that. So we're running a few courses. So there we go. I don't know if there's anything in the chat with some additional question. This game, it's not made by the same people as RimWorld, but it is a top-down game with a sort of cartoony look. There are definitely some visual similarities just because it's 2D top-down. Whoa! Hey, thanks for the tip/donation from Tipsy Engineer. Woke up hungover in a house I don't recognize. What? Wander halfway across town to my dorm room, sit down with a jug of water, open up Twitch just in time to see Quill stream. Success. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, but everything else about the mechanics and everything. Just because a game looks similar doesn't mean it's like everyone who's like, there was a period where every first-person shooter that came out, people were like, that's just a Doom clone or just a Quake clone. Listen, this is a 2D base building game. So yes, there's going to be some visual similarities, but it is wickedly different other than that. In fact, it's interesting that now in Alpha 10 in RimWorld, they're adding in a scheduling system because that will seem somewhat similar to the regime in here, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, Barto, thanks for the sub. All right, so I think I might start to build the next thing. We do have some quests going on here, some grants, education reform program. We just have to wait for that. Carpentry apprenticeship program. We've put it into place. I think we have a program for carpentry. Just no one's interested, which is too bad. So we're not going to make those beds for a while. We've got the long-term investment. Feed all prisoners, which should be fine. I will remind you that because we have split food schedules, it will look like we may not have everyone fed, but that's just because they don't eat at the same time. So this display is going to be a little bit weird is all. Johan, thanks for the sub. So we've got our dog patrols. Whoa! More tips. Are you a bad fish? Hey, I still like that name a lot. It took me a while to parse it. I was like, Ruabad? Love the London Dare stream. Thanks for the good time. Can't wait for the next one. I can't either. I really do have to aim much, much lower and simpler. As always, there's some things about my Let 'em Dare game. So if you guys don't know, if you didn't follow, Let 'em Dare is a game programming competition. You have 48 hours to make a game, basically from scratch. And I always like to participate. They do it 3 times a year. And every time I do it, there's always some stuff I really love and some stuff I really hate. And in this case, I did some visual stuff that goes far above and beyond anything I've ever done. I always say that I can't art. And I'm incredibly happy with some of the visuals, some of the animations. Just the visual theme was really, really strong in the game. And, you know, so I took that as way as, okay, that's something I'm really happy with. But, of course, there's always plenty of stuff I'm unhappy with. And in this case, some of the visuals, and in particular the map generation, and the map generation is one of the strongest things in the game, but it also took up a lot of time. We spent about a third of our entire time working on that, and as a result, the actual gameplay mechanics, you know, the different types of attacks and things that you could use, that would have added a lot more depth and richness to the gameplay, that suffered. And so, you know, so there's pros and cons. Next time I participate, I'm really hoping that I sort of aim, and I always say that I will, and I never do, but I'm really hoping that I aim much, much, much more simple, so that, you know, we can focus on just core gameplay. But we'll see. But yeah, we have to wait 3 more months. It'll be, what, August or something? Something like that for the next one. I'm sure it says it on the website. Ever thought about just doing game dev on Sundays? Yeah, in fact, that was originally my idea when I quit my job to do the YouTube thing full-time, was to split it between YouTube and game dev. But most of what I did was increase my YouTube time, so making more content for YouTube. And it's hard, you know, because, like, yeah, I could do a day of game dev, but that means less YouTube content. And it really sucks. Plus, I actually have my second YouTube channel, youtube.com/quill18creates, where I do game programming tutorials, and I would really love to do more of those. That channel really, like, takes a backseat to everything else, which is kind of sad. All right, let's kick up the speed a bit. We've got prisoner intake coming in, which is fine. Why do we have minimum security prisoners turned on? I guess that's fine. Because we can make this area min and protected. Or even maybe we won't do actual protective custody. Maybe what we'll do is people who need protective custody, we'll just put them in as low security, and we'll just make this area low security. Because the most violent people will be in medium and especially high. So as long as we keep our former cops and snitches and stuff in a low security zone, they will be safer. We might go ahead and make another area too, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll keep taking in some minimum security stuff. That'll be fine. So we're just fencing off a really big area here. Niralosa! Really enjoyed your insane Let 'em Dare stream. The game was brilliant. Good work. Thank you very much. Also, I think this Let 'em Dare, I actually spent more time programming than most, and that was mostly a result of the fact that Friday night / really Saturday morning, because of how it went, I only slept for something like 4 hours and felt very energized. So we were able to get a bit more programming time than usual. So we've got these doors here because what we did is we set up a few zones. If we check our deployment here, you can see I wanted my high security people to be able to reach the front for visitation, also access this library, their parole hearings, that sort of thing. And so I used just some simple doors, everyday doors that anyone can walk through, and then I made a small minimum security only and medium security only zone here so that technically the high security people aren't allowed to walk through there. They can. The doors aren't locked or anything. They can, but in general, it keeps them locked in. And this area here, if I recall correctly, is set to staff only. So, and actually, that means I don't need a guard here anymore. I just realized. We still need some to open and close doors. What we don't need are the metal detectors here, but we'll keep them. And we've got some over there, which is fine. We'll have to remember to do a shakedown when it comes time to sleep, because I don't remember the last time we've done that. We got some kennels here. We should take a look at our paths. All right, so we got our dog patrols going around here on the outside of these cells, here and here, trying to catch anyone who might be trying to tunnel out. Currently, there's no dog there. We might need to hire some more dog guards. Looks like mostly the dogs are just resting, so that's fine. Another dog patrol over there. We've got a heavily armed patrol wandering through the max security areas where people are most likely to end up. Although, you know what? Actually, also going to make them take a little pop through the laundry. Just because that's another place that people can be clustered, and that tends to be when fights happen. We've got some patrols set in the canteens, but we don't actually have anyone walking there. And I think it's because we have cameras now. I might be wrong. Where was that? Tross! Prison looks great, but we all know it. Denmark should rule over the North. Kalmar Union for life. Where did that come from? Oh, Scandinavians. It's like the Canada-US thing, you know? You secretly like each other and rely on each other, but you're basically siblings, and therefore you have to argue and pick fights all the time. Hey, bacon and eggs. Nice, and what is this? Just says cooked stuff. Maybe it's some sort of oatmeal? Bacon, eggs, maybe some home fries or something in there? Decent breakfast. Red Serpent with the resub. Thank you very much, Red Serpent. Did I forget to rotate this door? Oh, no, it's just being installed. Okay, that's fine. One of the things I'm going to have to figure out, because I haven't done this yet, is how to set up all those automatic doors and stuff. Because we never got around to it. Lots of people using the phones. We do have our security offices that are monitoring a lot of these phone calls so we can discover new traits. Whoa, someone got past a screwdriver in visitation. Could we arrest one of these people? Because seriously, that is not right. And why didn't those people get caught with the screwdriver on the way in? So who is this? That's Random Finn! Random Finn over here is getting escorted to solitary. You are a bad boy, Random Finn. About half the prisoners in the prison are named after viewers. I can't remember if that's one. Because some of them are from the built-in names file, which are supporters of Prison Architect itself. But everyone else like this, these are people, the first names are based on the Twitch.tv subscriber list. Although I haven't updated it since the last time. So if you just resubbed, I'm sorry. Ms. Carson, I'm just donating in the hopes of more harmonica. I'm thinking I should come up with some Prison Architect parody rap. That would be amazing. Oh man, I forgot. When I did the post-mortem video for Ink, I meant to put in your Ink Baby rap. Shoot. Oh, I so failed. I don't know if I can do any prison blues, but... Anyway, that's all I'm doing. And no recorder today. That was too embarrassing. One of the things I considered is we could do some more elite cells. In fact, that might have been a good idea for the max security prisoners because they do spend a lot of time in lockup. If I'd done 3x3 cells, because the cell itself has to be zoned at least 2x3. But I could make a 3x3 cell, have the 2x3 cell in it, but then zone like a micro shower in there, for example. And maybe giving them the TV and stuff, and just keep them locked in their cells a lot more, but, you know, vaguely entertained while they did it. I think what we need, I just realized, we probably need a heavily armed patrol, like, in the yard. We could do the schedule thing. Although, I can't remember. Someone explained to me how this worked. There we go. Okay. So this is, because originally I was like, is this number of guards or whatever? No, but this is just one of the numbered periods. During period number 2, we get a guard over here, which we want to do when the max security people are in our yard time, which is actually 4 to 5, which is what we have here. So while the max security prisoners are in the yard, we will have an armed guard out there watching them. Okay, good. All right, we got this laid out. What I'm going to do is basically copy this structure over here. So let's use the planning tool. Planning tool can be used for measurement, right? That's it. That's it. I don't want to draw anything. I just have a plan. It's 22 by 23, right? And we'll actually use the cloning tool for a change. I think I finally figured out sort of how the cloning tool is meant to be used, which was one of the problems. Let me just make sure it's lined up over here. Like so. That'll be the top of the wall. And I can't remember which was wide. It was 23 wide, 22 tall. So something like that. And then we have to wait till the building actually gets built before we can clone things in there. I guess for the sake of argument, I'll put the doors in now. Which has to be here and there. And then for the planning tool, we can just erase that stuff. Okay. I think that'll work well. So we'll do that one. And then I suppose we also have to... well, they'll need their own canteen more than anything else. So we're going to make sure we get that. Obviously, it's 22 tall and 13 wide. So we'll do another set of foundations there with a gap of 2 in between. 13 wide. And then, what the hell, we'll put down another big block over here for future proofing. Well, actually, that one may not make much sense. So we're not going to have that many low security people, I think. Although I suppose I could increase the intake percentage for them. We could balance things out, actually, which might be a good idea. Let's go ahead and balance everything out. God, there's a lot of prisoners available. And we'll see what we can do. Snakeomu, Iceland will rise? Danes can't stop the Hakarl? Iceland, really? That's amazing. And Scooter says, have some moonshine on me. I'm watching the stream on my phone. Yeah, I've watched a few streams on my phone, and I know people do that, like, all the time. And to me, I was like, oh, but it's so small, I can't do that. Let's get a door here in the middle. 2, 3, 4, and then there. Like so. I'm wondering about making a new power area just for that. But you know what? This power isn't doing much. So let's go ahead and make sure it's got like a full set of capacitors. We're sort of, well, there's no sort of, we are overspending, but you know, what the hell. Let's bring the electricity right into here. And let's use the cloning tool now. So, what? Why can't I, copy things? Oh. Is it right click to drag out? Right click to drag out. that. Like that. Like that. Ah. Shit! Shit, 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 shit! No, we're good, we're good, we're good. Why can't I, Oh, right, because it's the extra wall, which is fine. Okay, good. Everything is fine. Listen, guys, there's no reason to panic. Don't get your jimmies rustled. There we are. And then, can I clone, like, this bit? I mean, I know it's not built yet. Will that work? No, it'll just pick up the zoning. There we go. All right, cloning tool does save a little bit of time. I always just imagined, like, when I used to try it, it's like, why can't I just, like, grab a whole building? And you grab a bit, and you're like, great, and you put it down. It's like, why can't I put it down? Oh, it's got to be indoors or something. And I'm like, wait, what? It doesn't grab... So it doesn't do the foundation. It grabs everything else, but it doesn't grab the foundation. And once you sort of figure that out... Also, it's got the stupid 12 by 12 limitation. So you can't just grab the entire block at once. Oh, I forgot to do the shakedown. Shit. Also, whoa, we lost power. I heard a sound at some point. Ew. But I hadn't put 2 and 2 together. We need... I heard a sound. But the problem is the sound for a capacitor being put down is exactly the same. Is that being dismantled? I think so. Is exactly the same as the sound of the power going out. Which makes no sense whatsoever. Alright, the problem is everyone's going to be busy doing this instead of that. What if I grab a staffer, put him down right on top of there? Yes, good, he dismantled that one. Alright, so we hired an extra workman, and that's okay. So now I can restart my 2 power stations, and we should be okay. Woo! Okay, no worries. Everything is fine. So we got a new prisoner intake. I do like this reception here. Because they get, everyone gets stripped down, they get checked for contraband, and they do tend to come in with contraband, so we get to do a nice little scan of everyone right then. Really useful. I mean, we could put another metal detector in here too, but I don't think it's necessary. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. That's why you can't connect 2 generators. Yeah, it's really weird to me. Like, your instincts would be, if you don't have enough power, put a second generator in. Well, generators can't be on the same circuit as one another for, I don't know, reason X. It seems a little weird that they can't be. Kind of makes no sense. I think they should probably redo their code a little bit to support multiple generators on the same circuit. But yeah, you've got to keep them completely isolated. You got to keep them separated. Large pipe. So we're going to drag big pipe all the way here. We are spending a lot of money, so we're going to have to make sure to keep doing intakes. But of course, we are expanding our prison to support exactly that. Now, we don't have a holding cell, which means... And we probably should at this point, because it's entirely possible that we won't have the right kind of rooms for the right kind of prisoner. You know what I'm saying? Although I guess they would just linger out front, wouldn't they? If we don't actually have a room for them specifically. Because, yeah, I don't know. Like, we've got our capacity here. We've got our count of prisoners. Okay, maximum safe capacity. So my maximum capacity for maximum prisoners is 34. And I actually have 36 of them. So where are they staying? Are they staying in one of the shared rooms? Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the intake of the max sec temporarily. So we'll just get some medium and normal. Because we've got the shared capacity of 78. Which right now we have 71 minimum plus normal. So we're okay, we're below our limit. But yeah. We need to get this going on, and then what we'll do, once this is done, oh, here, look at this, because this is a shared prison. Some of my MaxSec people have been moved over there. That's what's going to happen. We might have to not zone this temporarily until we get this overflow taken care of. And speaking of, let's go ahead and build a new thing. Now, over here, I'm concerned that we don't have the amount of space we need. If I do this, will they go and tear down the fence to make room? I'm going to shrink down the yard a little bit. I actually don't know what's going to happen if I do that. Tell you what, for safety's sake, I'm going to put in a large jail door over there. Wait till it gets installed. Fence off some more, actually. Because I'm worried I'm going to accidentally tear down a fence and let all my prisoners out. Which would be bad. Pro tip, you guys. Letting all your prisoners out may not be what you're looking for. So this is the kitchen, which we're going to copy wholesale. Go over there. Oh, we're going to go broke. We are making 7,000 bucks a day right now. Like, our cash flow is massive. Because we have tons of prisoners. We've gone 6.5 days without an incident. We're getting 3,000 bucks a day extra just because we haven't had any deaths, any escapes, anything of the sort. Did we actually make it without, like, overspending somehow? That's amazing. Still need things to get installed. We are still exporting a few things here and there. There we go. Slightly negative cash flow as things get bought, but we're generally okay. You think I may have left a gap in the fence? Well, we'll check this. I mean, right now it's fine, because we're still boxed in. Wait. What? There's no gap here. This is my old fence. Unless that guy just tunneled out. Because, I mean, they're not getting through this wall. Where the fuck did this guy come from? Dagville! Can I? Oh, I have insufficient funds. Of course I do. Where do you get loans? There's a place for it. No, arrest this guy. What? I don't think he's actually... Because there's no hole in this fence. There's no hole over there. There might be one in my construction here, if that's what they're saying. Although there's not there. He got out, then they put the door up. Oh, he was here. They were replacing the jail door. Is that it? But the guards aren't arresting him. Although, can I tell him? I can give him commands, can I? I don't think he's technically on escape mode. He's just wandering around outside. What can I do? Tell you what, I'm just going to put him down on lockdown for 6 hours. No? Okay, let me change that. Solitary for 6 hours. Now will someone go and grab him? There we go. He wasn't escaping. He was just like... he's getting punished for nothing. He just happened to get through somewhere, weirdly. This guy's being escorted to solitary for something. Because I don't think we have a solitary over here, which we're going to have to do. Alright, that's fine. Still no one has escaped. Whatever. I don't know. Not gonna complain. iPlow, thanks for the sub. You have an odd name, but, you know, whatever. Okay. The cloning tool, does not do utilities. And we don't have any money for these pipes anyway. So we did overbuild, but, you know, we've got income. It's fine. It's fine, you guys. Don't worry. Oh, and this cell is legal, even though the bathroom's not hooked up. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Pills here. Interesting place to find pills. Oh, some people are sleeping. When's the next schedule? When do they line up? Like at midnight. But you know what? We'll start it now. Some people will lose their free time, but that's okay. Shakedown. I'm not going to forget this time around. We don't have a ton of guards. Shakedown might take a little too long. We'll take an eye on exactly how long it takes. There are 500 places to search. That is a not insignificant number. Oh, we're going to need some dog patrols over here. Catch people who might be tunneling out. 1 and 2. And we will go ahead and hire... well, we don't quite have enough money for that. We will have to hire some more guard dog people soon.